Are you over 65 and tired of getting pulled aside at airport security every single time you fly? Whether it's visiting the grandkids, that cruise you've been planning, or a quick trip to see old friends, nothing's more embarrassing than unpacking your entire suitcase while everyone watches. Here's what most senior travelers don't know. Those security checks aren't random. A retired TSA supervisor just revealed that certain packing mistakes practically guarantee you'll get flagged. She said, "We can spot problem bags before they even hit the belt." Today, we're revealing the 13 biggest packing mistakes that seniors make that instantly mark you for extra screening, plus the simple fixes that'll have you breezing through security like you own the place. Let's start our countdown with mistake number 13, not preparing for medical equipment screening. This is where senior travelers face unfair treatment, and it's causing the most stress and delays. You're managing health conditions responsibly, following doctor's orders, and bringing the medical equipment you need to stay healthy during travel. But certain medical equipment mistakes are causing seniors major problems. CPAP machines, portable oxygen concentrators, insulin pumps, and even large pill organizers can trigger extensive screening if not handled properly. A 74-year-old man with sleep apnea spent 30 minutes in secondary screening because he didn't know he could request his CPAP machine be hand inspected instead of going through the X-ray machine. Here's what senior travelers need to know. Most medical equipment is allowed, but you need to declare it properly. Get documentation from your doctor for any large medical devices. Know that you can request hand inspection for sensitive equipment. Arrive extra early when traveling with medical devices. The TSA has specific procedures for senior travelers with medical needs, but only if you speak up and advocate for yourself. Mistake number 12 is ignoring airport-specific variations. Here's what experienced senior travelers know that newcomers don't. Different airports play by different rules, and what flies at laid-back airports might get scrutinized at security-strict hubs. International airports have their own quirks. Some are notorious for random additional checks that aren't really random at all. A retired engineer's electric razor illustrates this perfectly. He'd flown with it dozens of times, but at one major international airport, security pulled him aside for manual inspection. The razor's motor looked suspicious on their particular scanners. Same device, different airport, totally different reaction. Morning crews might be stricter than evening ones. Monday security is often tighter than Saturday. Holiday travel brings extra scrutiny. Even the weather can affect how thorough security checks are. The smart approach: be flexible and patient. Security procedures change based on threat levels, new technology, or even staffing changes. Research your departure airport online. Many have specific guidelines posted on their websites. Coming in at number 11, liquid rule confusion that's costing seniors valuable time. Everyone knows the 311 rule, but here's what catches senior travelers off guard. TSA's definition of liquid would make a scientist weep. That artisanal soap over 3.4 ounces, getting confiscated, thick hair gel, honey, jam, even peanut butter, all fall under liquid restrictions. One traveler lost $30 worth of gourmet maple syrup because it was 4 ounces, not 3.4. But here's what really gets senior travelers: snow globes of any size, gel shoe inserts, and even some candles count as liquids. Frozen items are only allowed if completely solid at screening. Partially melted ice packs get tossed. A 65-year-old woman from Denver had her expensive face cream confiscated because the container was too large, even though it was half empty. TSA agents have zero flexibility on this rule. The insider phrase to use at check-in: "Are there any liquid restrictions I might not know about for my destination?" Agents often share country-specific rules that aren't posted online. Pro strategy: keep all questionable items in a separate pouch at the top of your bag. If flagged, agents can check without unpacking everything else. Mistake number 10. Showing up with more bags than you can handle. Mistake number 10 makes TSA agents roll their eyes before you even reach the scanner. Juggling multiple bags like you're running a 3-ring circus while creating chaos at checkpoints. We've all seen these travelers, and maybe you've been one of them. Roller bag in one hand, backpack on shoulders, purse across the body, maybe a jacket or pillow tucked under an arm, and a small bag of airport snacks. You're creating a one-person traffic jam before security even starts. TSA doesn't care how many bags airlines technically allow. They care when your belongings don't fit in their bins, when you're taking forever to organize everything, and when you're holding up hundreds of people behind you. A 70-year-old couple from Seattle created a 10-minute backup at security because they had 7 different bags between them: 2 carry-ons, 2 personal items, a camera bag, a medication bag, and a food bag. None of their items fit properly in the bins, and they couldn't keep track of what went where. The insider strategy: know your airline's exact policy and stick to it religiously. Most allow 1 carry-on plus 1 personal item, period. Choose bags that attach securely together. A backpack properly clipped to your roller counts as 1 item. Here's the advanced strategy that experienced senior travelers use. Consolidate before security. Use packing cubes to fit more in less space. Wear your bulkiest items instead of packing them. Put small items inside larger ones. Number 9 on our countdown: food packing that's creating chaos. Senior travelers often pack snacks and meals, especially if you have dietary restrictions or take medications with food. But certain foods are security nightmares that trigger automatic inspection. Dense, paste-like foods show up as suspicious blobs on X-ray screens. The consistency looks similar to plastic explosives, so agents must investigate. Thick nut butters, cheese spreads, yogurt, and even dense energy bars can trigger searches. But it gets stranger. Layered foods create scanning problems. That carefully assembled sandwich with multiple ingredients shows each layer differently on X-rays. Homemade trail mix with nuts and dried fruit creates confusing patterns. Even innocent items like dense fruitcakes or protein bars can trigger searches. A 67-year-old diabetic from Arizona had his entire bag searched because his glucose tablets and protein bars created what looked like suspicious blocks on the X-ray screen. The 20-minute delay caused him to miss his boarding group and lose his preferred seat. The smart approach: keep food items in a separate clear bag at the top of your luggage. Separate wet and dry ingredients completely. Pack any spreads or sauces in containers under 3.4 ounces following liquid rules. At number 8, packing gifts like it's Christmas morning. Here's what gift-giving seniors hate to hear: TSA will absolutely destroy your beautifully wrapped presents if they need to inspect them. And unlike what you might think, this isn't optional for agents. They're required to unwrap anything they can't see through. Wrapped packages are security nightmares because X-rays can't penetrate multiple layers of wrapping paper, especially metallic or foil papers. That gorgeous bow you spent 20 minutes perfecting shows up as a suspicious mass on their screens. A 73-year-old grandfather from Minnesota watched TSA agents unwrap 6 carefully wrapped Christmas gifts for his grandchildren, while a line of travelers looked on. The vintage toy trains he'd wrapped individually were all examined and rewrapped hastily with TSA tape. The kids didn't care, but he was heartbroken. The insider solution that works: use gift bags with tissue paper. TSA can peek without destroying your presentation. Pack gifts unwrapped with wrapping supplies separate, then wrap them at your destination. If you must wrap, use clear cellophane or transparent bags where contents are visible. Here's a genius hack from a flight attendant: ship gifts directly to your destination or use Amazon delivery. No packing hassles, no security issues, and they arrive wrapped professionally. Number 7 on our countdown: choosing the wrong bag for senior travel. Your bag choice determines your entire security experience, but most seniors just grab whatever suitcase they've had for the past 15 years. Smart senior travelers know that the right bag can cut your security time from 15 minutes to under 3 minutes. Here's what makes a bag senior-friendly: lay flat laptop compartments that allow scanning without removal, exterior pockets for quick access to medications and documents, and clear organization where items don't overlap on X-rays. A retired nurse from Florida timed her security experience before and after switching to a TSA-friendly bag. With her old suitcase, 12 minutes average. With her new organized bag, 3 minutes every time. The difference was staggering. Look for bags with dedicated sections that prevent item overlap. When TSA can quickly see and categorize your contents, you sail through. When they see a jumbled mess, everything comes out for inspection. Many security-friendly bags also qualify as personal items, giving you extra carry-on space without fees. One frequent flying retiree said, "I spent $150 on a checkpoint-friendly bag and thought I was crazy. Then I calculated the time saved, 10 minutes per flight, 20 flights a year. That bag paid for itself and reduced stress within a month." Coming in at number 6, burying your electronics like hidden treasure. Picture this. You're in the security line, the bins are moving, people are waiting, and you're digging through layers of clothes trying to find your tablet like you're on an archaeological dig. You become that person everyone wants to strangle. But here's what's worse than the embarrassment. Buried electronics are major security red flags. Those lithium batteries in your devices show up as solid black masses on scanners. When they're mixed with other items, TSA can't properly assess them, and this almost always triggers manual inspection. The technical issue is this. Laptops and tablets need to be scanned separately because their complex circuitry can hide other items. When you bury them under your clothes and toiletries, agents have to dig everything out to get clear images. A 66-year-old businessman from Chicago missed his connection because his tablet was buried under 3 layers of clothes in his carry-on. What should have been a 30-second scan turned into a 15-minute unpacking session. The professional approach? Create a dedicated electronics section at the very top of your bag. Even better, use a checkpoint-friendly laptop bag that opens completely flat. No removal needed. Pack items in this order from top to bottom: electronics, liquids, shoes, clothes. Remove shoes last at security because you won't walk away without shoes. But people forget tablets and laptops in bins all the time. Number 5 on our countdown, wearing your way into a security nightmare. Gentlemen, that belt buckle you've worn for 20 years might be causing you problems. Ladies, that underwire bra that's perfectly comfortable could be setting off alarms. Senior travelers often get flagged because of what they're wearing, not what they're carrying. Here's a story that shows how ridiculous this can get. A 71-year-old woman got flagged at security in Phoenix because her thick gray hair bun couldn't be recognized by the body scanner. It showed up as an anomaly on her head, and a female officer had to physically pat down her hair to check for hidden items. She was mortified, her husband was angry, and the TSA agent looked embarrassed about the whole situation. But it's not just hairstyles causing problems. Metal belt buckles trigger pat-downs. Underwire bras set off alarms. Boots with metal shanks mean automatic additional screening. Cargo pants with multiple pockets get you a thorough check. Even thick-soled shoes can cause issues. Here's the science behind it. Dense fabrics like heavy wool, leather, or layered clothing show up as suspicious blocks on those millimeter wave scanners. The machine can't see through them to check if you're hiding something underneath. The smart traveler's uniform. Dress like you're going for a medical exam. Simple and accessible. Slip-on shoes, minimal jewelry, simple hairstyles. Avoid bulky accessories and layered clothing. One TSA agent told a travel expert, "Comfortable pants, a simple shirt, and slip-on sneakers. That's the uniform of someone who breezes through security." At number 4, medication mayhem that's causing major delays. This is where seniors get hit the hardest, and it's completely unfair. You're taking care of your health, following doctor's orders, and bringing the medications you need to stay well during your trip. But certain medication mistakes are causing major security delays. Here's what's tripping up senior travelers: loose pills rattling around in unmarked containers, liquid medications over 3.4 ounces without proper documentation, and prescription bottles with names that don't match your ID exactly. A 69-year-old veteran from Texas spent 45 minutes in secondary screening because his wife had transferred his heart medication into a smaller, unmarked container to save space. TSA couldn't verify what the pills were, and they had to call a supervisor and check with medical personnel. The smart traveler's solution: keep all medications in their original prescription bottles with your name clearly visible. If you need to use a pill organizer for daily doses, bring the original bottles too as backup. For liquid medications over 3.4 ounces, get a letter from your doctor explaining the medical necessity. Declare these items to TSA before screening starts. Don't try to sneak them through. Number 3 on our countdown, creating a cable disaster in your bag. Modern seniors are more tech-savvy than ever. You've got your phone charger, maybe a tablet cord, hearing aid chargers, blood pressure monitor cables, and who knows what else. But most seniors pack these cables like they're throwing spaghetti at a wall. Here's what TSA sees when they look at your bag. Your innocent phone chargers and medical device cords appear as suspicious tangles that could hide prohibited items. The overlapping wires create shadow patterns that block their view of other items in your bag. A retired teacher from Oregon got pulled aside for a 20-minute inspection because his hearing aid charger, phone cable, and tablet cord looked like an explosion went off inside his bag. Different cable types show up differently on X-rays. And when you mix them together, you've created a scanning nightmare. The professional approach that works every time. First, if you're buying new devices, try to stick with USB-C when possible. One charger type for everything means fewer cables to confuse the scanners. For your existing cables, use small rubber bands or Velcro straps to keep each cord separate and individually coiled. Never bundle different types together. Pack all cables in a clear electronics pouch and position it at the top of your bag where TSA can see exactly what you have without digging through your personal items. Coming in at number 2, turning your jewelry into a tangled mess. Gentlemen, this one applies to you too if you're carrying jewelry for your wife or traveling with wedding rings, watches, or that lucky coin you've carried for 40 years. Ladies, pay close attention because this mistake is costing senior women hours of delays. Airlines keep this quiet, but tangled jewelry is one of the top reasons bags get flagged. Your grandmother's pearl necklace that you're bringing to your daughter suddenly becomes a security threat when it's all balled up with your other accessories. Here's the technical reason that'll surprise you. On X-ray screens, tangled metal jewelry creates what TSA calls spaghetti masses. These dense metal tangles look virtually identical to suspicious items like detonator wires or weapon components. The machine literally cannot tell the difference between your twisted gold chains and something dangerous. A 72-year-old woman from Miami nearly missed her cruise departure because her jewelry bag looked like a bomb on the X-ray screen. The TSA agent had to untangle every single piece while a line of frustrated passengers watched. The game-changing solution that smart travelers use: thread necklaces through regular drinking straws to prevent tangling. Use a weekly pill organizer for rings and earrings. Each compartment keeps items separate and clearly visible on scanners. For watches and bracelets, wrap them around rolled-up socks. Take a photo of how you packed everything so you can put it back exactly the same way if TSA does inspect it. And the number 1 biggest mistake seniors make: overstuffing your carry-on like it's a moving truck. This is the mistake that's catching more seniors off guard than any other. Now, we get it. You've lived through times when you packed light and made do with less. You're practical people who don't like to waste space. But here's the problem that's getting seniors flagged every single day. When your carry-on is packed tighter than a jar of pickles, those million-dollar X-ray machines can't tell what's inside. Everything shows up as one big suspicious blob on their screens. TSA agents call this opacity issues, and it's like trying to see through mud. A 68-year-old gentleman from Phoenix learned this the hard way when his overstuffed bag triggered a full search that took 25 minutes. The culprit? A bundle of reading glasses at the bottom of his bag that the scanner couldn't distinguish from anything else. He missed his connecting flight and had to spend the night in Dallas. Here's the insider solution that frequent travelers use. Pack your carry-on like you're organizing a tool shed, not stuffing a turkey. Leave about 20% breathing room in your bag. Think of it as giving your belongings space to breathe and giving those TSA scanners a clear view of what you're carrying. This single change, leaving that breathing room, can cut your security time in half and eliminate those embarrassing bag searches that hold up the entire line. Resolution and call to action. Listen, you've earned the right to travel with dignity and respect. You shouldn't have to feel like a criminal just because you're trying to take care of your health and pack responsibly for your trip. These 13 mistakes are completely avoidable once you know what to look for. The difference between a stressful security experience and a smooth one often comes down to just a few simple changes in how you pack and prepare. Use the insider tips we've shared today, and you'll find that security becomes just another quick stop on your way to your destination. Not a major ordeal. Remember, pack smart, not hard. Organize your belongings so TSA can see what you have. Declare medical items up front. Dress for easy screening. And most importantly, don't let anyone make you feel like you're asking for too much when you request the respect and assistance you deserve. But here's something we didn't cover in this video that's just as important as avoiding these packing mistakes. Knowing exactly what free services and assistance you can request once you're at the airport. Most seniors don't realize that airlines offer dozens of free services specifically designed to make your travel experience more comfortable, but only if you know how to ask for them. So if you found these packing tips helpful, you'll definitely want to watch our video about the 17 free things seniors can ask for on flights. From wheelchair assistance to priority boarding, special meals to medical support. There are services available that can transform your entire travel experience. Click right here to learn about the free perks you've been missing out on. And make sure to subscribe so you never miss our latest senior travel tips. Safe travels, and remember, you've earned the right to fly with confidence and comfort.